Well, we did some good things offensively. We got a lot of work against the zone, and Western Kentucky's going to play a lot of zone, so it was good for us. We got a lot of work on our man defense, which we needed. And we got a little bit better in the Memphis game, but still have a long way to go on defense. We're just not playing the type of defense I want played. We don't rotate a third and fourth time, but we are improving, and that's the key. We've got about a couple days to play a Western Kentucky team in Nashville that will do a lot of things that we need to stop, so that'll be a great game for us as well.
Rick, did Richard put any little wrinkles in that you hadn't seen on film or anything?
No, we were ready. Our guys basically, with the exception of early in the game with the press, they played their plays very well. You know, and indicative of a team doing a good job of paying attention is when you see a low assist total, and they had 6 for the game. So that means you're stopping their options, and he runs some really good offensive sets. But the only thing they could basically get was the dribble penetration, and that's what we broke down a few times.
We're talking about Wayne's play.
I think Wayne's improving, getting better. So is Kevin Ware, and you know they're taking small steps, but he is getting better, starting to do more things.
I know you and Richard didn't want to make a big deal of it, but what was it like?
You know, I didn't even know he was down there during the game. I really didn't. Just trying to get our team ready because we're going to be thrown into the fire, and we've got to improve. We're running out of time, and I wanted to. It's obvious that we really miss Gorky at the defensive end. We're okay offensively, but we really miss him at the defensive end. And but the other guys are getting good work in.
With Gorky off the floor on the defensive end, does it force other guys to do different things, or?
Gorky's just a very, besides the obvious thing of shot blocking, he's just a smart basketball player too. He makes you better defensively. He knows how to rotate. He knows when to tip the ball when he can't grab it. You know, he just does a lot of smart things, and we miss his basketball IQ as well.
Rick, I know you said you didn't know or think of him down there while the game was going on. Now that it's over, celebration for Billy, what's it going to be like?
It's going to be great. Look, he's going to be you know, it's tough talking about your son, but he's going to be a great young coach. He really is. He runs really good offensive sets. You know, he's a little small. He doesn't have shot blockers right now, so his defense is not going to be where he wants it. But, you know, he's starting from the bottom. He had to bring in 8 new players, and that's not easy to do. But he's got I started at BU, and the similarities are there because we didn't draw any people. I remember I used to sit up in what was called the Alberg Lounge, and you could see the people walking in before the game, you know, as they're warming up, and you could literally count the people at the beginning. And he's going to go through the same type of stuff, except they're going to go into Conference USA, and you know, obviously they can recruit a higher quality basketball player. But he's got 4 or 5 really good players. His bigs aren't where they need to be for the future, and that's what he's working on. But he's going to have a really good player named Rakeem Buckles next year.
Is it no surprise to you, Rick, that his kind of sideline demeanor is more Billy D than after you?
Well, I've told him since he's been a young boy, sitting on Billy Donovan's lap. We have all these pictures of him sitting on Billy's lap. The day he went into coaching, I said, you emulate Billy Donovan, every single thing he does. The way he coaches, his demeanor, everything about Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan and Peyton Stieber are the 2 people in my lifetime that I not only coach special players, but I coach the 2 of the most special people with just incredible moral fiber, honesty, integrity, doing things the right way for the right reasons all their lives, great family man. So it's, I told him right away, he said, we were talking sometimes about good young coaches. I said, you just focus in on one man. And when he got a chance to work for Billy, he came back a much better basketball coach.
What about Peyton's performance? 12 says.
Peyton played real well. I was just a little disappointed because we don't throw interior chest pass, and he did it twice. You know, you're either going to throw the lobby, you have to throw an interior bounce pass, and he kept throwing chest passes. You can't do it because they do a good job of getting their hands up.
We're talking about Western Kentucky. They've been banged up. They played a tough schedule going down to Nashville to take them on.
I'll tell you, Chip, My guys watch it. I'll watch him tomorrow. I haven't seen him play. I never ever look ahead unless I can see him on TV. I've seen Kentucky play one time on television. I've never seen the opponents. I've seen Syracuse about 3 times. So I've not seen Western play. We'll study him tomorrow.
With Wayne and Kevin, you said they're making baby steps. What steps would you really like to see them make now? What are the next things for them?
Well, Wayne's got to improve his ball handling skills, but he's definitely improving his shooting. His athleticism is picking up. Both guys, it just takes a little time, but they're both good athletes, both good basketball players, and they will improve.
What's the difference in Peyton's shot this year, Rick? I know you worked with him.
He just spent a long time working on it. You know, it's interesting because Shane took the first 2 shots, he reverted right back to putting the ball behind his head again, and then he finally got it out again. And it's old habits are tough to break, but Peyton broke it because of the amount of time he spent on it, and he's worked really, really hard at it. And we're all real happy for him because we know what type of person he is, and you want to see him just do great things.
How much are you focused on Zach and Steven 1 game to go before you play when you don't have Gordon? How much do you think that practice?
Well, Steven, we're not playing really too much because of his leg. I mean, he hasn't practiced, so we go with Montrez. But I wouldn't say Gorky's, 100% not playing in Kentucky. I think that's pretty much a tough game to throw him into first game back. That's why I was hoping he could get some time against Western. But this Tuesday will be 4 weeks, and the doctors say 4 to 6 weeks. Now the last X-ray was not healed, so he is practicing. He's in great shape. He's ready to play from a physical standpoint, but we have to get him back by Providence. We have to because they're playing very good basketball. So I think Steven can get the job done. I don't think Zach right now is playing real well because he's got to work on learning how to block shots in his plane and not going into the offensive man's plane. But the more he plays, the more minutes he gets, the more he'll develop.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Great, thanks. Richard will be coming in here shortly.